And normally we only do like one best team in Madden a week. And this isn't a best team in Madden, but this was one of my favorite games that I played all weekend. And it was against, I'm going to call him a pro player. He's a multiple time club champion, does well in all the tournaments, and also just a really nice guy. It's nothing more you can say about that. So I wanted to bring this game to you guys. It was a really, really good game. I was happy to play it. Let's take a look at it. If you're looking to build the best team in Madden, make sure you head over to MMOEXP.com to avoid the packs and save some racks. Use code CC for 5% off. Link is in the description below. Fastest coins, cheapest coins. Use code CC. We'll see you guys on the sticks. 5% off. Be great. Hey, what is going on, Madden family? We are here and we're going to be breaking down this game. And it is a very, very fun, good, just everything you would want to see in a game. This is what it is. So let's just make sure we hit the like on the video. Let's aim for 600 likes on the video. Sure, why not? And then make sure you guys check out the pinned comment. The Underdog Fantasy Special is going on still. Joe Burrow over under 1 yard in the Super Bowl. Over, right? Over. Yeah, I guess we go over. Make sure you click on the link or download the app. Make sure you use code TheActualCC. It is all one word. And let's get into this. I'm going to show you guys the team first here, because, well, this is what you guys just always want to see it. So here's what the team, I'm pretty sure this was the exact team we were rocking with in this game here as well. So this is what we got. This was later in the weekend, near the end of maybe game 23 or something like that for me. So there's the offense. Here is the defense as we look at it right now. Not too bad. Special teams, bring it up for you guys here as well. Everyone always likes to see this stuff. Specialists right here. Strategy items are right here, and we can get into it. So the game we were playing was against Madden Elite. Now he also does stream. He does have a YouTube channel and all that sort of stuff. I know he's fairly new into it, but he's trying, and just a solid player. Like I said, 2-time, I believe it was Chargers club champion. So we're gonna break this game down as much as we can. We're gonna fast forward through parts because this is a long one, and I don't want to take too long here. And I remember most of what it is, right? So again, when you're playing a player of this caliber, right, a lot of times it's don't play the name. So that's what I try to do very well, is not to play the name. If I recognize a name like this, I'm gonna hit record though, just in case. Would make sense. I mean, that's a very YouTuber thing to do, right? But I haven't seen him play lately, so I wasn't 100% sure what he was gonna run. I would have assumed, and I think rightfully so, we're gonna see some gun bunch. We're gonna see some 3-3-5 wide in here. Again, pretty standard, but you're also talking about very, very high levels of those two formations, like super high levels, different than your run-of-the-mill weekend league type player. I think he ended up with 23 wins this weekend as well, so it tells you anything. Pretty good. So I was trying to do a bunch of different things here against him. He's got Derrick Henry, again, pretty normal what he's going to be. And again, what you will see with a player like this is when they have the flats, they're going to take the flats. And I will stress that is one of the most important things you can do on offense. And it's what makes it's like step one of becoming a better player is just taking the open read. Okay. So I'm going to be watching the game over here with us. When you see someone flip their bunch like this, and normal players, they're probably doing it for like a bit of an odd reason, right? Good players, it's normally to get a route where it shouldn't be. So in a formation like gun bunch, what someone would do hypothetically here is they would have their outside receiver and put him on the hot right crossing route. So say Lance Allworth or something. And then when they flip it, the player would go to the other side and you would have the crossing route on the solo side receiver and all that. So, we're going to bunch tight end here again. I don't blame people for trying to pull these plays out and run these sort of things. You never know if someone takes a false step, it's a free touchdown, all that. I get it completely, right? Even good players, bad players, I think a lot of players run these types of plays. You should, right? You should. If you can take a free 7 points, you should take it. And you see, like, he does it in an appropriate time there. It's not a 3rd and long. It's like, oh, maybe I can pick it up. He's doing it to see if we know how to defend it, basically, and then go from there. So again, lots of little passes and stuff are going to be coming across in this game. We call them checkdowns, do all that sort of stuff. But again, he's trying to get the appropriate routes where he wants them here. And this is exactly what we're talking about. Exactly here. Okay. And we talked about flipping bunch before. It was, let's watch this again. Okay. Watch exactly what he's doing here. And this is why a lot of players flip. You guys may not notice this. So right here on the outside, we have, I believe Charlie Joyner or someone, right? So he's likely putting him on the hot right crossing route. And then when he flips the play, which he's going to do here, it will leave him on the hot right crossing route. So now he's putting that on the left side of the field, which, since it's coming from much further away, it's a better chance of getting deeper past zones. Even though we do a good job recognizing and covering it, again, this is something that you will pick up on a player's tendencies, and by playing enough good players, when they flip like that, I'm looking for it specifically, like that route combination. I'm specifically looking for. Again, think here, same sort of thing. Like here, I was trying to like get a little aggressive. It's like he's dinking and dunking us quite well here. So I was gonna try and get some pressure. We don't. He still just checks down. It's fine. He's moving the ball along quite well, you know, but he's moving the ball slowly, and that's really important to me with the way I play. I think he had a touchdown to Allworth there. He might have been able to get that in there if he gets a bad pass or under pressure or something. Maybe it doesn't quite go there. But again, the most, like, you see, he's not throwing anything near coverage. And he's taking his time. A lot of times you say, oh, well, people just score in this game really, really quickly and do all that. Yes, they do a lot of times. So like right here, I thought we played really, really good defense. We're getting no pass rush from our 3. And then we do, and I'm making illegal contact, I guess. So we see my user in the middle of the field with Harrison Smith, right? So I'm more just watching, and the player just sort of runs into me, and we get a penalty. So no sack, 5 yards. Okay. All right. I don't know what I would have done to avoid that. I don't know why they get called sometimes. Like, it is what it is. So again, you know, we're looking wheel route. He has 2 on the field. Smart. He's gonna get down there and he's just gonna run the ball in. Okay. So 7-0. I thought we played good defense. We held him. We made him really work. And that's almost all we can do. Maybe there were certain times we should be more aggressive on that drive. The one time I was really aggressive, I think I was blitzing 6 or 7. He just did a really quick check down. So I didn't really feel like there was any point to get any more aggressive right there. Again, he's just taking his time anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Right? If we were in a situation where it was like, man, I need him to score fast so we can get the ball back, totally different, right? So we are going to start our drive here. And again, I'm flipping between formations and doing stuff because I want to see if I can run, right? So that's why I would like go to the inside zone split there. It's like, let's just see, maybe this works against what he's doing, you know? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Sometimes it really, really pops, and sometimes it doesn't. So I'm already annoyed because we got the squiggly lines, and that always just makes me angry. But here it's like all about, okay, what's going to be there? And we catch that, and it's a little unfortunate for him, like just a little bit. But when we see the route going across the field here, the only reason I throw it is because I'm seeing like, oh, he's going to pass and run. And then if you see right there, they just run into each other. And so that just slows my momentum down completely. So I only am aggressive catch in the situation because it's like, oh no, this could be bad. And there's 2 players around. So I have to hope at this point, I'm just going to hit Y and hope that either we catch it or we get the animation where the ball just gets really knocked away. Again, either way. So I felt kind of bad about that. But again, my reason for throwing the ball, and that's one of the problems with next gen, is players just run into each other a lot. So sometimes those timing routes that you have, they really get messed up there. And right here, I was clearly going for X. Dangerous throw. Don't make a dangerous throw on first down ever. If you can avoid it, please don't do that. So we just wait for things to clear, the zones to sort of clear back, and then we can run for a couple yards. We get downfield enough. And what made this better for me was he really wasn't listening. I think maybe we should have thrown that a little bit earlier too. Again, so we've had 2 kind of questionable passes here. I don't feel like that was a bad pass. I would throw that with that distance and that separation like 100 times out of 100. We're just probably maybe a hair too close. 30-35 yards, I feel better about that for sure. But 29 yards, it's tough. That's a really deep route, and when those deep routes get near the back of the end zone like that, players just catch up. If you watched the MCS last week, I think it was John Beast and AI Nash, very similar thing happened where the play was really open, really open, but because he was throwing it from the left to the right like that, it gives the defender enough time to catch up. So that's really all we're talking about there. So I'm a low ball my curls and wheel routes and do all that sort of stuff. I hate it. I hate doing it, but it's such a good way to play the game, and I'm not gonna not throw a particular route just because. So everyone should be doing that. It should work on the timing and all that. So right here again, I'm only running the ball here for one of 2 reasons. Either force him to call a timeout, we can take the clock because I do get the ball at half, or he doesn't call a timeout like he did here. So again, the clock, we'll take some clock with us. That's fine. I need to leave him with as little time as possible. So again, I'm trying to set something up here. We throw it, beautiful pass. It's really good to pass to the running back out of that formation there, especially when he's in man coverage. Something wrong with man coverage in that formation. So it worked out well. Did we score too fast though? A minute with 3 timeouts is a ton of time. Like, okay. So how do I want to play this situation here? Because at first he moved the ball really slowly. So I feel like maybe I should just do the same thing, right? Just play how we played. Make him get his check down. So we just got to make sure that if he does do that, we have to tackle him in bounds and get him to use his timeouts and all that, right? So I set all my zone drops back to default there because I'm not too worried potentially about what we may or may not be doing here. We're gonna run pinch. We haven't really run pinch yet against him, so it's like maybe we can give him a different look here. Again, not doing anything crazy, and we want to tackle in bounds. We don't get a tackle in bounds there, right? So like, even though in here I don't consider do a 5-man blitz like this aggressive. It's just like a very base play in here. So I feel like, man, we've got this really locked down, and he throws this and but you know what? You saw those passes we threw the first drive? It's fair. Even Stevens, right? Cancels out. That should have been a pick. Should have been a pick. I'm not gonna be upset about it because maybe we got away with a little bit of something here. So again, like those are the types of passes here that I want him to throw. Really, like to the flat, get tackled, take a timeout, right? I need you to use that timeout because if I can hold you to 3 here, it's not too bad because then all of a sudden we can be the front runner in the game. And I would much rather be the front runner and playing catch up constantly all game long. So we'll see how this all works out. Again, you know, when you see him doing stuff like this, he's flipping. So we just have to make sure that we're gonna try to stay and do stuff, and he gets us. He gets me there. He gets me there. Now, if he was gonna score, him leaving us 38 seconds and 3 timeouts, it's kind of a best case scenario. Now, that was actually more bad defense on my part than anything else. Last time he did that, and he ran the play action play, PA post. He did have a streak there. I didn't identify it at all. That's all on me. Good play call and bad defense, they can both be true, and that's exactly what that was. Okay, all right, it's fine. Whatever, right? Whatever. Play better, CC. You know what he's doing. You recognize the play. You just don't cover it, I guess. So when I get in this time, I normally go like a deuce close or something in here, because it gives me the potential to absolutely bomb them deep. And then also, sometimes people just play really, really passively at this time. And the more passive they are, the better it is for me, because it's going to allow me to see the field and do stuff, all that. I'm shocked DK Metcalf almost played that. Phenomenal play by that DK Metcalf guard. But again, we have timeouts. If I can take 3 here, at worst, that is fine. Because again, it'll put us in the front runner position, because we'll be up the possession. You know, it'd be like essentially this getting a stop. So I don't think he's gonna give me the bomb. I really don't. He's clearly not. So again, we're just gonna roll and get out of bounds. I don't really want to throw the ball away unless I have to. When I say I can get to the sideline there, really important to hold those timeouts just in case we can get downfield. I think we can get downfield, at least into field goal range. We're real close. We're about 8 yards away from a comfortable field goal. So when he starts going here, again, we're making very nice reads. His super deep zone drops, super deep zone drops there. It just leaves it wide open. And then again, we can get out of bounds. 26-yard line, 15 seconds left. This is what we want to be doing. So now all I'm thinking is do not throw a pick. So I go and I decided I'm going to run a different play. I'm going to try to roll it to the right. There's a corner route over here. It's in a play called Bengals Flood. And I figured we might be able to fit it in there. Corner routes do pretty well against man. And we just pew right in the end zone there with Waller on Derwin James. Again, it being Derwin James, not a great man coverage rating within the game. Waller's route running is much better. It made sense to try something like that. If it wasn't going to be there, we're probably just rolling out, throwing the ball away or something along those lines. That's all we can ask for. So we do get to tie the game up right before half. And he tries a little something here, but it doesn't work. So we'll just sort of skip past that, and we'll get into the second half. Tie game now. And it's too early here for me to try to decide what I want to do, but he does just leave us wide open downfield, and I have to take that. Maybe, you should bleed some clock here or there. No, we gotta. You guys know me. If I see 7 points, I'm gonna take my 7 points. I have to try. He, in my opinion, and this isn't slighting me or anything, he's the better player in this game. I can't afford to not try to get 7 against the better player. So wide open pass, all that, take advantage of it. And then again here, like, I just want to play sort of safe and just run the ball. He's getting good. I was like, this DK Metcalf came to play for him today. Phenomenal. So again, I did the little motion there just to throw him off a little bit. Maybe he'll think we're going right. And I think it does. I think it throws him off just a little bit, to where he's not 100% sure if I'm running to the left or not. And that little hesitation was all it took. That little motion, even though it did nothing for the play, again, it gets a player thinking, it's like, what is he doing? Why is he doing that? Right? I'm trying to play chess, not checkers here. Normally against a regular opponent, I'm not going through to those lengths. I just will assume you won't be able to stop me for 4 plays to get in the end zone here. him, I think he can. So we have to do something slightly different. And that's a motion I've never actually done before at any point in time. That was really just an on-the-fly decision to do that. But we scored really, really fast here. And okay, I remember this play. So I was thinking, okay, now if we can have him make a really, really long drive here, like a really long drive like the first time, we might be able to just take this, right? And he does a really good playmaker there. Just like the anticipation of that too, absolutely beautiful. So like, let's just highlight what he did here. So it's a clear play design where he's got him on a hitch. He has the deep cross and it's a streak. This is like a very Madden 19, Madden 18 type of play, right? It really is. So streak, crosser, hitch. Very basic. I think a lot of people even did it last year. So what he does is when he sees that everything is going to be covered, he's going to playmaker and then just move, right? So he's already done the playmaker, so that by the time he gets outside, he's not waiting for the playmaker to starts moving or do anything like that. Really great call, play, execution, all that. It's just beautiful. Underutilized, not a lot of people do it. Playmakering isn't really that good in the game, but when you've done it enough and you have this idea of what you can do. So that was me checking to see, like, does he have playmaker? Like, it really threw me off. Like really threw me off there. And again, he's playmakering up. He knows what he's doing with the playmaker. And right here, we're trying to play a little cat and mouse where I was hoping I could click on and get him to throw the ball to the low route. He doesn't do it. Of course he doesn't. He's way too smart for that. Totally fine. But it's high level. This is high level Madden we're going against here. And I'm just trying to stay afloat. I know we're winning, but it's not easy. It's not easy to really see. Again, he's going to attack the flats when he gets the chance. Absolutely no problem with that. Next play here, we're looking at the flats. We do get some pressure. Finally, some pressure. Not quite in time there. I don't really know if anything was open. But again, like, we just got to get him to one fourth down. And then anything can happen, right? In 1 4th down, anything can happen. You get a shed and inaccurate under pressure. Something can happen, and we get some pressure there. He was going to have the wheel route probably pretty wide open. Probably really open there. And so at this point, I believe I had like my depths to 30. So I was really trying to defend deep. And again, right here, just a little playmaker up. Like, son of a... This just annoys me. Right? So it's Y curl. So he's got this little sort of hitch route here. He doesn't do anything until I send my zone, right? Because now that just vacates the space. And as soon as he's moving, he throws it. He waits for him to move. He waits for him to move. And as soon as he moves, he throws it. Yeah, I haven't played anyone who utilizes a horrible playmaker, but he's utilizing it in a very smart way. Really good design as well. Like, enough to where you know, like, this is, he does this a lot probably. Like, this is pretty common to him. Got to imagine it is. So he's gonna run the ball here. Just runs into us. Again, I'm thinking a mesh spot, double wheel routes, something along those lines. Really good play right when you get to the red zone. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna set up some defenses here. At this point, I'm taking a risk with this defense, and then he audibles, and I'm just pot committed already. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna leave this alone, and we'll see what happens, right? We'll just try to cover the wheel route. No shot. No shot. Beautiful play call. But we get the ball now. Start of the 4th quarter. Okay. I can clock out 4 minutes. I should be able to clock out 4 minutes. But we have a negative play the first play of the drive. We have an incomplete there. Now the pressure's back on. And all I can think here is like, okay, if I do not pick this up, right? I'm going to go for it, obviously. And the last thing I would want to do there is throw an interception, right? So we do a little playmaker here. Again, this is totally because he did it, and I'm like, oh, let me try it, right? Admittedly so. So we're sitting here waiting. We playmaker him up there, but I guess he's manned up against, I don't know who that is, Jason Taylor or someone like that. So I'm not even worried about throwing the ball at a D end. It's Danielle Hunter. I'm not worried about throwing the ball at a D end. He's not going to react, right? When we get the diving catch, the D end is not going to react at all there. So it kind of looks like a bad pass, but it's really not. I think anyone would or should throw that. So again, here we get to first down, and I'm just going to run the ball. Like, I want to start taking some of this clock, even if it means we lose 2 yards. 30 seconds is more important. Way more important. Way more important. But now that we're in the middle of the field, if I don't pick this up and he gets the ball, he can clock us out. So the situation has changed just slightly here. So again, he's getting decent pressure here, and I thought that was a brilliant little pass by Russ. We get into field goal range now. I'm like, all right, now we're good. We are set. Like, we're good to go here. I just pick a random run play. I don't know if I go to something that he's probably good at defending or something that's popular. I'm sure he has an idea how to blow it up. So I just pick a random play. I close 95 Mike. Again, why am I picking that? Simply just to maybe throw him off. Maybe he doesn't know what to do, right? Maybe. Or maybe not. Maybe he knows exactly what to do. So 2nd and 6 now to me, it's like, all right, well, I have to pick up the first down still. So we're going to try, and we just run into our guy there. And then we fumble and we get the ball there. And I was like, that's great. But the fact that we lost, it's 3rd and inches here. And like, we were clearly in first down, right? Clearly in first down. But because the ball bounced backwards, instead of first down, it's 3rd down. Okay. It's interesting. So I was like, I assume, and he would maybe try to run commit me or something here. So I was like, I'll just go to the goal line runs. We'll try to leap. We'll try to leap. The dive with Kyle Pitts. Like, let's we might as well just try it. And we get it anyway. Bam. He starts having to take his timeouts. Again, he's really weighted. And that's okay. You know, obviously the first down would have been nicer before, but we'll take it here. Again, he doesn't defend that. It's a really awkward situation on a 3rd down to come out and goal line. It's a really awkward situation for the defense. And I only come out in here again because just to see, like, I don't know, maybe something pops off. Maybe he comes out in goal line again. Maybe he doesn't. We can just pick up some positive yards and take some clock with us again. Almost like a no risk play at this time. We pick up 2 yards in power. He takes a timeout. So I'm like, okay. So now at this point, confirmed, first down does win the game. 100% first down will win the game. So I'm going to call certain plays, and he hasn't really been blitzing us a lot. And I just missed my read, and we get shedded completely there. Okay. All right. So now it's 3rd and 20. That was a big loss. And did we have the running back here on the left? I think we did. We might have gone out of bounds though, based on when I would have thrown it. Honestly, everything else was actually really covered. I don't see anything open whatsoever here, but the sheds just happen, right? We all get shedded sometimes. Like, I'm not happy about it, but he got a shed. Like, that's all we all want. So I'm like, okay, so at least we're at the 36 here, so I can try to get something going in there potentially. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do, so I'm like, all right, well, let me see if I can, go deep on them, and it's not there. So we're just going to run. We're going to slide. We're going to take the clock all the way down and give us our chance, right? So I even just take the penalty here. So we're kicking the field goal with 32 seconds left. We're kicking off with 28 seconds left. Up 3. And we have the zone drop set. And this is probably what I'm going to call this the worst play of the game. This is the worst play of the game. So let's explain why this is the worst play in the game for me. We know that he is in bunch and he has run bunch tight end multiple times, okay? The fact that he's done that means to me that he's in Raiders. Raiders also has tight slots. Again, that is fine. The plays in tight slots that he can really beat us on are flood and mesh spot. He doesn't have post wheel drag, which would be going from the running back side across the field. Mesh spot goes from the weak side across the field, right? It is a route that goes deeper than zone drops, okay? So I know all of this. I've identified what he's in and what he's doing, right? And so this is the first time I'm playing is like as passive as possible. Probably a bad idea. And what do I do wrong here? I don't follow the right route. Look where my user is. I'm actually guarding nobody here. Nobody whatsoever. I needed to stick on the left. Why? Because the zone drops don't cover it. This is why I say this was the worst play of the game for me. Defensively. The absolute worst. I know exactly what he's doing and what he's running here. And you see, I even start to cover it, and then I'm like, no, let me go back over here. To guard what? Idiot CC. And it already puts him in field goal range because it's a 45 yard pass generally. So he's already in field goal range. He has no timeouts. All I can think here is like, if we get a sack, then like that wins the game. If we don't get a sack, we're not going to win the game, right? And so smartly, he's just going to roll and get out there and get out of bounds. And, you know, he keeps trying some plays here. I don't really know why he was trying the plays because like it's just dangerous. Any potential weird tackle leaves you in bounds. So he kicks it. We go to overtime. That's cool. I get the ball first, right before overtime. I don't do anything with it. And then he gets the ball to start overtime, which is kind of like a death sentence. I would have loved to have the ball first. Obviously. So 7 wins the game. Anything else extends the game. All right. So again, he comes out in bunch tight end here and he finally runs. He never ran outside of the red zone really. So I wasn't really preparing for a run or anything. I think it's a really smart call. Not that he's like trying to get a touchdown, but it's more about keeping the other player slightly more honest, like putting it on the table saying like, hey, I still have this play. So when he motioned Allworth in here, I didn't really know what he was doing. I thought he was just motioning him in to streak him or something. So here's what I thought, okay? Let's go through the entire breakdown of this play. I thought for some reason he was motioning him in here to push the safety back here and have a crossing route coming from the other side or something, maybe clear out. I'm not sure. So I thought Allworth was just going to be running a streak. I wasn't too worried about him just running a straight streak there, even though it would have worked. But I guess it was like bunch trail, right? And so it's a deep post route. And the way it works, I've never seen anyone do this again. That was 60 yards. 60 yards. Whew. Whew. That's good. I mean, so there were multiple plays in this game that happened that really threw me off. That he did really smart things, different things. Again, when you play higher caliber players, you're going to see some different things here. So again, here, like I'm taking a bit of a risk on this play. I figure I have to, right? We have to play a little more aggressive here, and he throws this, and we that, swat it down. That's 2 by Derwin James this game that he has just swatted down. Now, I don't really expect him to make that play either, but that annoys me. we were even before. I think that one maybe give a little there. So he runs the ball here. Again, I'm not really expecting the run. He does score. He does win. Beautiful win by him. Just checking out these plays. Again, this was me going back like, what was I doing on this play? Like, just unbelievable. Couldn't believe how I messed up there. How we were getting sacked at times. Again, this was probably like the key sack of the game that he got. All in all, it is what it is. It was a fun game to play. Shout out to Mr. Madden Elite. Again, I appreciate if I lose a game and I have fun, I'm totally cool with it. If I lose a game to a better player and I keep it competitive, totally fine with that as well. Like I said, this was one of my more fun games. I thought it was so back and forth. There was a lot of, Madden chess going on. He was doing different things that I was trying to adapt to. I really did love it. So I appreciate the game from him. Thank you so much. And thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you learned a few things. I think this was a pretty learning episode. You could take a lot away from what he was doing, more so than me. But you could take away some things from him. Learn it, love it. I'm out. Peace.